Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the October 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. That being said, though, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close the last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the month of October. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you, Cancer. But again, let's go ahead and get started. Column number 1 is again what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So quick summary card here for you, Cancer. We have the card Moderation. So you've probably heard me say this before, but I'm a firm believer, moderation is one of the keys to success. So moderation's good. This is spending, this is exercising, eating, sleeping, thinking, all things in moderation. So really great to see that kind of balance that you've gotten, that kind of moderation that you've had here. Let's go ahead and see though what cards we have coming through. Okay, first things first, we have the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles has a lot of different meanings, so let me give you some of the high-level ones that I think may resonate. I do think some of you maybe could have had a cold or not been feeling good these last few weeks or month, so maybe some sickness or illness associated with the 5 of Pentacles. This is also a card of worry, and some of you kind of could have had some financial worries, but it's interesting because these worries, although we don't want you overthinking or worrying too much, did push you towards some financial moderation, which I actually think really worked in your favor. So that kind of financial strength, that little bit of worry caused some financial restraint that I actually think really did pay off for you here. In terms of moderation, I feel like you were able to take it easy, to get feeling better. Again, moderation really was a key enabler here for you. The next card that we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very confident card. It's very self-assured. It's interesting, again, this kind of financial worry then drove you to be a little bit more financially conservative, which led to that moderation. Or same thing when you weren't feeling good, it's like you knew exactly what you needed to do to get yourself feeling better. So these things that popped up, you knew exactly how to handle them, and in this case, a lot of it was driven behind that moderation. Looking at our next card here, we have the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is busy. There's definitely a lot going on. You see there's something different in each of these cups. And I feel like it's interesting. So with the 7 of Cups, this can be like kind of a non-committal card. But it's like, I feel like you've been using moderation so you don't have to fully commit to doing one extreme or the other. You're kind of playing in the middle. So an interesting spin on moderation there as well with that kind of non-committal energy. But again, it's finding the perfect balance. So I'm liking the way that that shaped up for you. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. It's also about getting professional help. So like if it was a financial concern, you might have read a book, or if you weren't feeling good, you went to the doctor. So I do think there could have been some professional support here as well. With the King of Swords, again though, this is very intentional, so it's like you knew what action you needed to take to get the result you wanted. So to correct that financial worry, you stopped spending. To get to feeling better, you went to bed early, so on and so forth. Just a couple examples there. Looking at our next clarifier here, we have the 5 of Cups. This is more than anything, a lot of times this is low feeling, but I feel like you were just kind of feeling under the weather at some point in these last few weeks. I don't know. This could be a card of grieving. There definitely could have been some of you that had loss. But more than anything, the 5 of Cups is kind of coming through feeling as under the weather there, Cancer. And moving on to the bottom, our last clarifier, we have the Six of Swords. I like this. This kind of moderation is really coming through as a necessity. It's something that needed to happen. Again, you got a little concerned about finances, you pulled back, and that was the stop you needed. Or you didn't feel good, you canceled plans that night, went to bed early instead. It was that immediate necessary change that you needed. So it's kind of like doing the exact right thing at the right time is the message coming through there, Cancer. All right, now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general, what is coming for the month of October. We have a summary card of Fortitude. So with Fortitude, it's very important to be able to overcome anything that comes your way. So there could be some challenges, some obstacles. With Fortitude, nothing can stop you, Cancer. It's really nice, honestly, because nothing really can phase you either. So be ready potentially for them to be some obstacles, but it's not anything that you can't overcome. Ooh, look at all this money, money, money here. So let's read through this. Up first, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. You've probably heard me say that before. This is a really good card of good luck and good fortune. So we're at a turning point. Financially, you're moving into a much better place. Luck-wise, you're moving into a better place. This is a really, really good financial shift coming, though, Cancer. It's interesting. I feel like there have been financial obstacles potentially, and now this is the change. Moving on to our Nine of Pentacles, another really stellar money card. This is that life of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gains, financial enjoyment. So again, those financial gains moving into a very sound financial position. So really love the shift in money. At the bottom here, we have the Ten of Pentacles as well. This is like our lump sum money card. This could be an inheritance card. But this is like leaving a legacy. So being on the right path. Again, we've really turned a corner here. I don't see a lot of financial obstacles coming at this point. Again, we're turning to the positive, more fortune, more luck, financial gains here, leaving a legacy and potential for lump sum. So love to see that for you. Reviewing our clarifiers, first up we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands can be a stressed, exhausted, burnt out card. So just be aware of that. Make sure you're getting some rest in. Maybe take a weekend away here, Cancer. But this is a nice turn. So not only are we getting away from these fortitude, these repeated obstacles, things keep popping up. We're moving away from this place of being stressed, exhausted, or having too many burdens. So really wonderful to see. Next up, we have our Queen of Swords. It's very interesting to me. The Nine of Pentacles is a self-sufficiency card, and the Queen of Swords is a self-sufficiency card. So that in itself, I think that's the message I want to leave you with. I don't know that maybe you're entering into a new chapter here, Cancer, where you're able to be self-sufficient. To clarify, that doesn't mean you will be alone, but that ability to be self-sufficient. At the bottom here, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is a very generous card. It's a card of giving or receiving. There's no doubt you're on the receiving end of all of this good fortune and financial gains at this point, Cancer. So what the money column, even though our next column is the money column. So let's see what other money messages we have here for you, Cancer. Quick money message to kick us off with: be still, be present, be happy with or without money. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money. I know we just touched on it a ton, but this column is anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. So first up, we have the Magician. Love the Magician card wherever it comes up in our readings. This is about turning your visions into reality. It's pretty clear with what we just saw. I think you'll be getting to that financial situation that you really want. This is very inspired action. Again, anything is possible. This is getting to our ideal reality. The next card that we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is very much a relationship card. So there's a partnership that's coming into play that seems really important. You could be entering into a partnership with a new business partner as well. But definitely keep an eye on these relationships. There's one that especially is going to help you get to this reality that you want to see here. And at the bottom, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. I like this. Again, you're making the right moves at the right time, but there is something that's happening that's like paving the future. Again, we're moving towards this reality that you want. And this relationship is especially important. So that relationship is going to guide you forward. So be aware. Looking at our first clarifier, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is finding out some information. I would not share a lot about this information that you're finding out either here, Cancer. This can be like kind of gossipy or dramatic, so you're going to be finding out information, but as you find out information, I would kind of keep it to yourself. I wouldn't give a lot of people insight. You know, unfortunately, when we tell people things, not everybody wishes the best for us, so just keep that in mind. You're going to find out information. I don't know that I would share a lot of it. The next card that we have is the Three of Swords. This is interesting. So the Three of Swords is a card of like doing healing. I don't know that this is a new relationship as much as it is an old connection that we need to repair, or maybe better word would be reignite. So this is more like a reunion, getting reconnected. But the relationship that's so important here seems to be somebody we have some history with. And at the bottom here, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Love the Queen of Pentacles in our money column. This is a card of being resourceful with the resources that we have. So be very strategic, be very thoughtful, be very much so a planner, but make sure you're using your resources in the correct place. This is also a relationship card, so again, heavy on that relationship. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love. We have a quick love message here. It says transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So in this column, we're talking about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Cancer. First, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a very intuitive card. When I see this card, I know that people I'm reading for are psychic or very spiritually in tuned. Very much so a reason to trust your gut here, Cancer. It won't steer you wrong. Trust your intuition. It does seem like there's some information that we're not aware of at this point, so be aware that you're unaware. I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense, but hopefully you get the gist of what I'm saying there. But again, there's some unknown factors, so we really need to use our intuition to navigate that situation. The next card here we have is the Chariot. Somebody once described the Chariot to me as the vroom vroom card. It means there's action, there's change. It's about being on this journey. So there are things in motion, things are moving for you. But again, I don't think you have all the details, so just be aware. At the bottom here, we have the Three of Swords. I hate to say this, but I feel like unfortunately some of the information that I think is unknown may be things that would kind of hurt your feelings here, Cancer. We're going to clarify this though, see what other details I can give you. Taking a look at the clarifiers, first up we have the Star card. The Star card is a card, this is a card of like renewal. This is a card of hope. This is a card of gaining clarity. So I like this. I think throughout the month of October there will be things that you don't know, but it doesn't seem like clarity is far off here. So again, trust that intuition, use that gut to navigate the unknown, but it'll be short-lived. Again, we're bringing light, that big star at the top, bringing light to some unknown information. The next card that we have is the Eight of Cups. We're definitely in movement here. We're on a journey of the Chariot, and then on this Eight of Cups, there's moving forward. This is a card of moving on. I don't necessarily know that you're moving on from a relationship, but things are definitely in movement here. So we're making progress on something, continuing to take steps forward. It's interesting because I don't know if the information you find out is what's kind of like causing the hurt feelings, or maybe it's just not necessarily a journey you want to be on, but you seem to be on. I will say with the Chariot always takes you exactly where you need to go, Cancer. And same thing with the Eight of Cups. The grass is greener on the other side with the Eight of Cups. So I would embrace this journey, embrace the unknowns, even embrace some of the feelings that maybe don't feel so good about this situation. A little bit of validation here for you though. Ten of Cups, this is again our leaving the legacy card. So this is the right journey to be on. These are the right next steps. So hopefully that can kind of ease some of the uncertainty or maybe some of the low feelings that we're feeling about this. But You're on the right path with whatever this journey is here, Cancer. And now taking a look at our fifth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of stretch. Stretch is pretty literal. This is like having to reach a little bit further, push a little bit harder, stretch a little bit further to get something done. So it's that little extra oomph that something is going to take this month, Cancer. First up, we have the Justice card. The Justice card is always favorable for you. I think that's important to know. This is like cause and effect though. So if you want a little extra something out of something extra, you got to put a little something extra in. It's very much so balanced. So what you put in is what you get back in this situation. So push a little bit harder to get a little bit better of a result. This is also a contract, legal matter, things of the court. So favorable outcomes there. Moving on to our next card, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very much so nurturing, healing, supportive. It's interesting if you look at the cup on this card, it's not really a cup, it's more of a trophy. And that's you. And this is you polishing your trophy, polishing yourself here, Cancer. I do feel like this is like something you're doing for yourself. Maybe some of you are actually physically stretching. But again, if you put in that little extra, you're going to get a little something extra out of it. So it's just furthering the trophy being polished, furthering your position of success. At the bottom here, we have the Moon card. These are voluntary changes. So again, knowing that if you put a little more in, that you will get a little more out. Let's take a look at our clarifiers here now. First one, we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. With this case of Ace of Swords, this is clarity, so there could be some truth coming out with the Justice card. But it's also like knowing that if you do this, this is the result that you get. The next card that we have is the Knight of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups on top of the Queen of Cups. This is the ideal situation. This is the ideal that you're working towards. This is the thing you want, the perfect thing that you want. This is the ideal circumstance. So again, put a little extra in to get a little extra out. At the bottom here, we love this Four of Wands. It looks like a finish line. So this is crossing the finish line. This is getting things done. I think you're going to be really successful in whatever this is that you're pushing just a little harder on here, Cancer. Okay, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them really quick. But question number 1, we have the 4 of Spades. This is number 49 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the 8 of Clubs. This is number 13 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, we have the King of Spades. This is number 47 card. That's going to be a yes. So no, no, yes there for you, Cancer. We're going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you throughout the month of October. You have turquoise this month, which is good for self-responsibility. Helps you forge your own destiny. Also supports you in saying no when you need to say no. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Cancer, your healing note says, the only courage that matters is the kind that gets you from one moment to the next. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. Thank you so much, Cancer, and I hope that you have a wonderful October.